Hello again, this is SD. I hope that you are well. We have Lucky Run number 13 coming up, and we rolled Stealth B. How highly appropriate for this auspicious run. This ship sucks. I'm not going to labor the point because I've done that previously at some length in other videos. Let's just get into it. Let's just check things are tracking. I have put my special keyboard in that I only bother using for Stealth B. Right. Human into weapons, Zoltan into engines. Let's practice micro-pausing a bit, because I don't bother to do it on any other ships. Okay. Let's start venting the oxygen to below 50%. Medbay. I think I've found I have to vent cloaking as well, even though that makes the sensors dash awkward. Maybe I don't. Looks like I do. So what do we have? Well, I'm glad that this isn't the hazard, but we have literally 3 straight force jumps. This layout sucks. These jumps are literally impossible to get to. I was going to say I hope our stores aren't there, but I'm really more concerned about one of these 3 jumps being a hazard. Well, since we have no choice about where we're going, let's just go here and hope that we don't get completely screwed over. Okay, well, we don't want to do that. We gotta fight. Okay, it's a slaver, that's quite good. That's a high scrap reward. We are not surrendering to slavers. You have 1, 2, 3, you have 7 health. If we do this shot, it will kill. Okay, so that's a basic laser, that takes 10 seconds. That missile is either a Leto, which is I believe 10, or an Artemis, which is 11. Let me just... It's probably a Leto, but I'm not 100% sure. That's a 9-second weapon. Okay, so I need to dash the sensors. It's not manned, so I can wait 7 seconds to do that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I messed up the micropause there. I'm glad that it didn't really matter. Okay, looks like that might be an Artemis then. So we just need to advance the frames until these weapons are just about ready to fire, and we'll do the depower trick at the right moment. I think I might have counted a little bit fast there. I think that's an Artemis. They look like they're exactly the same level of charge. And I believe the enemy Artemis is 10 seconds. Whereas the one you get is 11, but it costs only 1 power instead of 2. Come on. I think I'm trying to do it too quickly. Okay, that's not fully charged up yet. One. Okay, so those are now fully charged, so I will want to depower in a moment. Let's micro-pause. Previously found 8 or 9 times is the best number of times to do it, so it's depowered for the minimum number of frames. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh damn it, I hadn't actually, they weren't actually powered all the way up. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, there they're firing. Cloak, get you back to weapons. Nice dodging. I think they might get a second shot with some of these off. Actually, maybe not. No, they won't. They're too slow. If you mess up the depower trick, they can get second shots off, although it's generally worth it, even if that happens, to minimize the odds that you take a bad hit. So the good thing there, we get 22 scrap. Unfortunately, we're being forced to jump into an asteroid field, and there's literally nothing we could do about it. So, this could just end the streak. Oh, I haven't saved Zoltan's position. Well, we may be about to get completely screwed, but we will see. It sort of depends on... We can't do the micropause trick against asteroids. They don't target. They're just completely random. What I will need to do is watch where the asteroids are heading. And if they're heading towards weapons or cloaking, I may need to activate the cloak early, which is very unfortunate. But there's very little I can do about that. We have no choice but to go here. I mean, I'd say the sector layout in this sector sucks. That kind of goes without saying, given that we're being forced into an asteroid field on Stealth B. But even without that, the layout sucks. Well, an auto-assault ship in an asteroid field. The game is playing fucking dirty today. Well, let's see if we can do this. There will be an asteroid coming in on us in a moment because one hit their shields a second ago, but because we're micro-pausing. That looks like it's heading at either oxygen or piloting. It's not headed at one of my crucial systems, so I should let it go, but I also need to watch this combat drone. Actually, that's heading towards... Is it going towards doors? That could be headed at weapons. I think that it might be heading at weapons. Also, it looks like that combat drone might be aiming at... I can't tell if that's heading for weapons. I'm pretty sure that is heading for doors. Like, it looks off-center for aiming at weapons. I really can't tell, and I can't tell what that's aiming at either, so I'm going to cloak now. That was aimed at my cloaking. But yeah, we literally have no defense here. We just need to pray that this combat drone doesn't hit us on the weapons when our cloak ends. Dodge. Okay, that aimed at nothing much. And now finally we have this laser. Do we hit these rooms? Does it kill if I hit this? I can't tell what that's aimed at. Because my thinking is if I can hit this side, I'll take a shield bubble out and they might just die to asteroids. Whereas this is 6 damage. Sure, we'll take out their weapons, but the asteroids will kill us. So I think I do this, but I think that may actually be heading at my weapons anyway. Yeah, it is. Or maybe it's heading at... Nope, it's heading at weapons. So that's how close we are to being able to go, to fire. We can't do anything about it. We need to get the fuck out of this fight. And I'm not sure we're going to be able to. Let's keep the FTL charging. You go fix that in preference to my... Although actually no, I need to fix my weapons because we might be jumping into another fight. Cloak now, buy us time to get stuff fixed. Get me out of there. Okay, well, we can at least get out. Let's go to this nebula. But we're going to need to actually run someone to fix those, Actually, should I go here first? Like, I need fights really desperately. I also need to fix my oxygen. And that's... Maybe I go here and then I can cycle back. Yeah, I'm going to go here and cycle back. My cloaking is actually... In fact, my cloaking is also on cooldown. It would have been a disaster to go and take that fight. Well, we're not dead. We took 10 damage and made no scrap. So, we're not dead, but we're now very well behind. I still haven't saved crew position. Let's do this time. Save crew positions. Vent. Okay, well we found some fights. Take the Nebula fight first. It's not a low power battle. Because if it was a low power battle, we just couldn't take it. You can't fight low power battles with this ship. It's not a low power situation, but these weapons are not good at all for us. That mini beam is going to fire for... Oh god, I haven't actually counted out either. I'm being dumb. 1, 2, 3, 4... 5, 6. Damn it. I didn't manage to do the depower trick. Well, let's just cloak here and pray it doesn't go up my weapons. I messed that up. But regardless of whether we had done the depower trick or not, there's this mini... I suppose we can send the Zoltan there and do the depower trick. Actually, we can't do the depower trick. We're in a nebula. I maybe could if I had very, very good timing. I hate this stupid ship so much. Like, I misplayed against the heavy laser, but honestly, there wasn't anything I could have done. That didn't hit me anyway. I couldn't have done anything about the mini beam. Now we can't even run, so... You go start fixing that. Like, at this point, even if we... I'm gonna cloak now just to buy time to charge my FTL. But I think we're in a situation now where even if we don't die in this fight, we are so far behind that I don't think we can win without getting extremely lucky. As you may have noticed, we're not getting extremely lucky. Well, maybe, can I maybe save a point of damage? No. Also, our oxygen has been hit and is on fire, so we're almost certainly dead here. We have to jump back to where we were. We have 3 hull after 3 fights. I don't think we're winning this run. Like, I did misplay that fight, and I probably should not have gone into the nebula. But equally, like, that fight, you know, the bit that I misplayed wasn't the bit that really mattered. I would have needed to... The misplay, I guess, was the fact that I went into the nebula at all. I didn't think about the fact that, oh, that would mean that I can't do the depower trick. But at the same time, you know, I didn't know what weapons the thing was going to have. It wasn't a low power battle. I'm behind, so taking a jump in a nebula is reasonable because you get more jumps that way and thus can get more time to catch up. Well, we're not dead yet, so we keep going. Well, we have to take fights, because we need to get to Cloak 3. Like, there's not even any point in going to a store at this. What are we doing in a store? Getting a few bits of repair? This ship has cloaking. I can't fight this. They would pre-cloak and kill us. So I had to skip that fight. We've made 22 scrap in this sector. Automated ship. We have to aid it and just hope. This ship has cloaking as well. And a mini beam. We're dead. Unless we get, like, remarkably lucky. Like, the mini beam will hit us regardless. We can't not get hit by it. In fact, the mini beam will hit us twice. I mean, let's cloak to buy more time to... But, like, this is what this ship is, ultimately. You can't control what actually happens. We've now taken a hit on this. We have to dodge both these shots to just not die. And we didn't. So, that ends that streak on number 13. I don't think I could have done really much of anything. There are some bits there that I think that I could have played better. But ultimately, we got forced into an asteroid field against an auto-assault ship. Then we fought a ship with a mini-beam that hit weapons. Then we had two straight ships that had cloaking. Like, what were we going to do? And this ship had cloaking and a mini-beam. So, that ends that streak. I'll start another one at some point in the next couple of days, but I think I don't want to play FTL again at the moment. I will give it a bit of a break and come back to it at another time, maybe tomorrow. So I hope that you enjoyed that cavalcade of nonsense, and I will see you in the next streak. Bye for now. Hello there, this is Sadie, and this is me just doing a bit of a post-mortem on the Stealth B loss. I've been chewing this over because I have a lot of experience chewing things over because I have depression, and that has allowed me to do that. That's a joke. I do actually have depression, however, I'd like to just go over my FTL runs anyway. And, one of the things I wonder, obviously, this was the fight we ran away from where there was an asteroid field fight against an auto ship. You can't do anything about that. We were always going to be forced to do that. Also, these beacons up here were literally impossible for us to ever reach. I thought that was the case at the time, but like it's definitely confirmed. One of the things I wondered afterwards was, were we right to jump into the nebula? Because we took a whole lot, we took 16 damage in that fight. We actually took more than we did in this stupid fight. And one of the things I found myself wondering was, should I not have thought, well, I know I can't micropause there, and therefore maybe I should skip that fight. I've been messing around in the save manager to see all of the jumps around it, to see, was there a better play? I think based on the information here, I really don't have a better play, because if you look at where the beacons are, I only see 2 fights right now. And like, what would my best path have been if I skipped it? Would have been like here, 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 there, 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 there. I lose a bunch of jumps if I do that. Now, I've now been to all these beacons using the save manager, so I know what's at all of them. Except for these 2, I haven't bothered going to these. There weren't fights indicated, but maybe I'll go and have a look at them. So, let's go and take this fight again. I've done this a few times. I have had other bad results, but I've also had good ones. Also, I'm not doing any of the micro-pausing or any of that. I've taken that keyboard out. And since this is just a post-mortem, I'm not going to be all that bothered about doing it properly. If we get hit on weapons, whatever. That was aimed at it, but it missed. Whoa. I did not intend to open my external doors, just the internal ones. So there's the reward for that one. Let's go and check out those other two nebula beacons, because those are the only other ones I haven't seen. And I'll do a quick wrap up of where all of the other beacons are. I found something out that has highly annoyed me. Oh, I haven't saved them. I found something out that has highly annoyed me while I was looking around using the save manager. I would never go there. That's, you know, it might be a boarding event with scrap, I guess. There's two fights that it could be, neither of which you'd want to take, and you wouldn't want to do manually search because you might lose a Zoltan. So I would almost certainly just skip that. I mean, I might take it for the 1 in 4 chance of it being. Let's go find out just out of interest, because the two fights are skippable. Yeah, I would not have thought that. That's a nothing. And that's a nothing. Anyway, I don't feel like dealing with that boarding event. Let's reload to where I was at that jump. Following the disaster fight. Unfortunately, I need to fix my oxygen now first. I don't think I'll even bother doing the oxygen venting trick again, because this is just for demonstration purposes. It's not actually a real run. Because we keep reloading, it's not remembering the saving of crew positions, whatever. So my other options here, this fight is the one that we saw in the video. I'll go around in... By the way, that's a store. There's also an event store at the exit. But yeah, that's the only real store, unless there was one up at these beacons that are impossible to see. Well, it's literally... You can never find that out, unless you could somehow like get a map reveal on Beacon 1, I guess, which we couldn't, because it was sell drone parts. Let's go around... So this is the ship that has cloaking and a couple of lasers. At a sensor station. I would never fight this ship. It has a heavy laser. The sensor station only gives a low scrap reward, although it can give a map reveal. But like, there's no way I would ever take this fight. So if I'd gone there, you just skip. And that's what I did in the actual run. I would have skipped that even if I had jumped to it. You know, even if I had jumped straight to that instead of going there and taking a whole load more damage, I still skipped that fight. This fight's extremely annoying to me, because aid the civilian ship, this is a double reward. And you can get a double reward for fighting a ship with a single basic laser. Get our O2 back. Although, actually, no, if I recall correctly, you don't get a double reward. It's a possible double reward. But they make a retreat. This is the beacon that killed us, which is the possible double reward, but the ship has cloaking and a mini beam. I would always fight this based on the information that I had at the time, because I can't see the ship. Obviously, if you know that it's because you know it's an automated scout, there's a small chance that it would have cloaking, because auto scouts can indeed have cloaking in the early sector. But I think, and it could also be an auto assault ship. But in the circumstances that I was in the run, and even if I had jumped here, which I never would have jumped here right after the asteroid fight because it would take me too near the exit. But like I think I always take this fight based on this information here. I don't, it's a double scrap possibility. Yeah, it could be a bad fight, but it also could be a decent fight, and you need scrap. So I think I would take this. I have no idea whether there's any universe in which I win this fight, other than already having Cloak 3. I have in fact fought this fight having farmed up some scrap and got Cloak 3, and I still had to run away from it. Or did I? No, I think I did actually manage to win it. I took a bunch of damage because they get multiple mini beams off. Let's get those dodges. You go fix the oxygen. In fact, you might as well go too while we're under cloak. You go steal power. So this is basically, that's even an upgraded cloak. So like, yeah, we win it here, I guess, because we dodged the shot aimed at our weapons, but we were always going to take 2 full volleys. That was an actual double reward as well, just to add insult to injury. I don't have the patience to do it, but I think if I fight that fight like 10-20 times, I win maybe 3 or 4 of them. Because there are so many different ways that you can just take hits on weapons. Let's upgrade our cloaking now, and I can show you the other 2 beacons. So this was one of the fights that I saw that I could have gone from this beacon, which was where I was after the asteroid field fight. This one, no, this is just a plain unvisited beacon. There's nothing indicated here. There's no reason to pick this over anything else. But they want mercenary work. This is the Reluctant Pirates event that guarantees a weapon drop, and they don't even have very good weapons. I mean, here I can just pre-cloak everything. But if I had got this, I fought this a couple times with level 2 cloaking, and it's like, the pike beam is one of the only weapons that's slow enough that with the default level of cloaking you can pre-cloak it and not have it go off. So you just need to not get hit on weapons by the ion through cloaking. Here we can just pre-cloak even the ion. So we just get that off, you let them return, you get 14 scrap and an ion charger. So that was obviously the best reward, but like there's no reason for us to ever want to go there from here instead of jumping back to the nebula, which was, indicated as a fight. Like, had I been able to go here and take the fight against the ship with the auto scout with the heavy laser and the mini beam, and had I actually been able to win that with only a modicum of damage, I would have jumped here next, and then I would have had a good game. I think that would have got me to 50 scrap, so I had, 22 to begin with, that dropped 15, and that's 14, so yeah, that would have been 51. So I could have gone there, suddenly I'm cloak 3 and I have a weapon. It's not a great weapon, but like I could potentially upgrade onto that if I don't get any other options. My other thing, this is a pirate ship with an engine hack, pre-battle engine hack that gives you a very low reward. I think it's 8 scrap from what I recall correctly and 3 fuel, but this is certainly much more manageable than the other fights around it, but I would never have wanted to jump to this beacon from where I was after the asteroid disaster, because this takes me way too close to the exit. Yeah, 3 fuel, 8 scrap. Then we go here. I don't actually recall this one. Oh yeah, it's a slaver ship that's not that bad beyond having a mini beam. By this point in the sector, you would almost always have had time to get cloaking 3, and therefore you just pre-cloak this and do this. And the only dangerous factor is whether he boards directly into weapons and slows your charge down enough. Which he did. And then just to show, here's the exit. This has a talk your way into the store event, and I got that, which... the items here are randomized each time, so we wouldn't have necessarily got these exact things in the run, although it would have been quite nice. Probably, I don't know, do I sell long-range scanners in the charge ion to get hacking? I'm not sure, but whatever. I don't really need to put much thought into that decision because it isn't actually there. And yeah, there's the store. So, let me just... Oh yeah, I gotta quit out of this in order to reload it. Take myself back after the asteroid disaster. I don't even care about this because I'm not even going to take another jump. I just wanted to look at the map. So I feel like the best... What I probably would have done had I been able to win this fight against the heavy laser mini-beam ship is my path would have been something like here. I don't think I would have taken this jump. I knew there was like a 3 in 4 chance. This is the one where there was the low power battle that turned out to be against an auto scout. I wouldn't want to risk that. I think I would have gone here, taken these 2 jumps which were just blank. One's a boarding event, one's a trade that he can't even make. Then I go here, get the reluctant pirates. And then I'm probably looking at something like this fight here. And depending on where the fleet pursuit was, I would either go here and try to get extra jumps, and then probably get screwed over by the ship here that was the cloaking mini-beam ship. Or just go there and fight that relatively weak ship with the mini-beam teleporter ion stunner. So, you know, like I could have made it out of the sector. It would have been always a low scrap sector, but I could have made it out with like a reasonable amount, and of course I would have had a weapon drop. But I'm sort of curious as to whether there's any scenario in which I actually win this fight. Maybe let's quickly test that. I'll do like 2 or 3 attempts at that particular fight on recording just to see. I think there probably are some versions of the fight where I'm okay because maybe I just never take a hit on weapons. Like in the actual fight, we literally were less than a second away from firing the stupid weapon. Let's go to this one. Oh. I keep forgetting that I need to actually quit out in order to do the reload. Okay, so this is this fight. Well, this is a version of the fight where maybe we could win this, but we would end up taking so much damage from asteroids anyway that it wouldn't matter. Oh, by the way, I've discovered this. If you reload, this combat drone is looking the wrong way. We're going to ignore that. I'll leave that in for people's amusement. But yeah, if you use the save manager to reload into a fight that has an offensive drone, and you've reloaded into the exact event, the offensive drone gets confused and fires in off the screen. Cloak now. It doesn't do that if you reload and then jump back to the place. It only does it if you reload directly when the fight has already started. I need to fix this. We're going to take a bunch more damage here. Asteroids, could you... I guess my strategy was not that great then, because there's a giant lull in the asteroid field. So the strategy I had in mind in this fight wasn't going to work that well anyway. So I guess that was a misplay. It wasn't the misplay that mattered because I never got to take the shot anyway. But since I needed to take 2 shots regardless, I should have always fired at that side. So here, let's reload a version where the combat drone is not facing the wrong friggin' direction first, because that gives a somewhat unfair advantage in that regard. This means I may have to redo the slaver. Yeah, I'll have to redo the slaver fight in order to achieve that, but whatever. We can blitz through this quickly. I'm not even bothering to fix my sensors because I don't care about them. So yeah, this time they're actually looking the correct direction. I mean, obviously it would have helped if that had happened in the real fight. And yeah, in this version of it, we're basically fine. There's a fire somewhere and our doors are broken, so that's quite bad. I need to leave my pilot because I need to keep the FTL charging. So in this version, the asteroids appear to be a little bit randomized, actually, because in this version, I fired at the other side thinking there weren't going to be any coming in, and we got hit by a couple there. Maybe one hit them in the previous one and I just didn't see that, but this seems like more than there were the last time I tried this, in which case that my plan of shooting the other side probably was the correct play, but again, it didn't matter because in the event I didn't get to do it. That also gave minimum scrap in addition to just being an terrifyingly awful fight. We got 12 scrap for it. So yeah, it looks like there were versions of that run where we could have had success. But that's not what ended up happening because that's how Stealth B is sometimes. And so that will be the end of this video. I'll just splice this on to the end of the actual run because otherwise that run is extremely short. And I hope that you enjoyed.